In this video, we are going to be repairing an old window frame that has some rot in it and a broken pane of glass. It is a large window, as you can see, and it is rotted out up at the top, completely rotted out right here. As you can see here, it's completely gone. And you can see the broken piece of glass right there. There's a big crack going right there, the big horseshoe. So we're going to be replacing that glass and once we get the glass out, we're going to be trying to repair some of this woodwork. I am by all means no woodworker. I am definitely, if there's one thing I am not, is a good worker. Good woodworker. I take no pride in doing woodwork. I take no satisfaction in my my wood qualities, because I do not have the patience to do woodwork. This is a fine detailed skill that I don't have. So, but this is not, doesn't have to be exactly, doesn't have to be perfect for the location that's going in. It's more so, let's get it stable, let's get it fixed. It's a secured fixed window, so it's never going to open. It's literally bolted right into the frame. And it's actually an interior room to an interior room window. So I don't have to worry about water. I don't have to worry about, this window was repurposed inside a house. So it used to be an exterior window. That's why it's so rotted. And during the reconstruction of the house, they moved the outside window. They took it out and put it on the inside of the house on an interior wall. So two interior walls have a window through it. And this is one of the window panes in it. So this is going to be a fun little project. So let's see if we can get it done. At least get it to look halfway decent and get it usable. Okay, here you can see the broken piece of glass. It's the big arch going right there. You could definitely see, let me back camera up. You could definitely see the wood rot and the inner pieces. It actually broke, I do believe, because of the pressure it's on, because this whole piece of glass shifted down. So it's not even actually in the frame up here. It's actually on an angle. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to take off all this holding wood all the way around. Then we'll try to take out the glass without getting cut, throw that away. And then we're going to rebuild this just this lower corner right here. Just this lower corner. Like, this wood is what all you're going to see, and the face on the other side. You're not going to see any of the inside. We don't have to have it watertight or anything, or airtight. We just got to get it square and true. So it's going to be a project. Like I said, I'm definitely no professional woodworker. Please do not critique my woodworking abilities, because I admit that's one of my biggest downfalls in life, is my woodworking abilities. So let's have some fun and at least get it done and try to do our best. That's all you could ask. So this wood is actually glued on to the glass. Instead of putting finished nails holding this into here to hold the glass in, they actually glued the trim, this inner piece of glass, on the glass itself. So I gotta take a razor blade and, without getting cut, try to score the glass, which I already started to do down here. And I did that at the house that this belongs to. So, and no, I do not get paid to work on people's woodwork at their houses. So you can see they had caulked it all. So that's what's, I do believe, holding the glass in. Yeah, it's double-sided. So we're going to try to go around, take that off, and without getting cut. So here you can see this wood hold the glass in, and they glued the glass on both sides of the glass. Uh-oh, we have a visitor. They glued the glass on both sides when they put it in here. So got to go around and take all the wood holding, this wood off, and then slowly and carefully try to get the glass off of the bottom one without getting cut. So, and without getting the cats hurt. So you can see all this silicone type adhesive. See, I got to get something in here somehow to break this open, this seal, this seam. All right, let me go see what other little tools I have to pry bars in there. In this window, you can actually see that the glass actually slipped. It used to be up in this groove, and it actually slipped down. This is the old line in the glass that used to be all the way up in the wood. So there's actually no glass up in the wood here. It actually slipped down because of the rot on the other corner, the bottom corner. So it actually is still in the wood over here. So it's actually falling out of the wood here. If I take this out, I can actually slide it right through there. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna try using a putty knife and see if I can get that wood off. Little by little, I'm gonna try to work my way down. Taking my time. If there's definitely one thing I don't like, it's broken glass. It hurts. It's coming. There it is. There we go. And there's this piece. So that piece is off. So that being the bottom and this side being the top, I just took this one off the top. On the underside of it, I'm gonna write top. So that way I know this piece goes to the top and I can put it off out of my way. This piece here is a bottom. All right, and then we're gonna write here, bottom, or try to make it look right, bottom. On the underside, anything you're not gonna see, that's the side that actually goes down, so you won't see where I'm writing on it. Obviously, don't write it on the good surfaces. So I'm gonna put these two, because they are brittle, I'm gonna put these two off to the side so they don't break while I try to figure out how to get these this long side and this long side off. Here's what I was trying to show you. Here's that glass. I can even stick the screwdriver through it. This glass is way here. This is the edge. It's supposed to be over here. So over the years, this frame has gotten actually out of square and the glass fell down here. And obviously I'm quite sure it's due to some of the rot down the bottom. That whole corner is rotted out and just time. See, the glass is in place up in this corner, but the farther down you go, it slipped out. So let's fix that. See, that part's starting to come loose. Like that. Let's see if that's enough. I already popped this loose earlier. Let's see. Little by little. Got my painter's 5-in-1 tool, a little stiffer. A little bit stiffer than the putty knife. Just trying not to mar any of the wood that's exposed. Almost got this side off. You can just see how strong. You can see how strong this adhesive is and stretchy. It's just not giving in. There it is. That was it right there. Nice and easy. It's still stuck. Wow. There's 3 sides down. So I got all 4 sides off of the holding wood. I'm not sure the proper name of it. I am not a woodworker or a window guy. So now I got to figure out how to get the glass, which is glued to the wood on the other side, out also, without getting cut. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is flip it over carefully. Wouldn't it be nice if it just dropped out right there? No luck. And now I am going to try to cut some of this old paint off, which used to be the exterior of the house paint. See if I can do that. But to do that, I'm going to change my razor blade because I want a nice new blade. This one's covered in that glue. Okay. Start here. Let's see what happens. Oh, nice and tough. Wow. Wonder if I heat it, it'll probably catch the wood on fire. So that won't work. It's not like a truck or a piece of equipment. You can just heat it with a torch and everything comes apart. I guess you can't do that with wood. All right, so. And glass does not bend. Oh, that's loose. No cuts yet. So this corner looks loose a little bit. So let's try this corner. I could get this pulling this way a lot safer, more controlled. There. All right, so that whole top is loose. Let's try to do this. Here's a broken piece. Let's try not to get cut on the broken piece. I want to scrape my knuckles across it. So I'm going to get this corner, then I'm going to try to get the 2 sides same way, slowly just cutting through the caulk or the paint and the dirt and the grime over the years, all the way around, and then let's hope it falls out. As you can see, I got all the glass out. It broke a couple times doing it. But you've got to be very careful. A lot of broken glass, just big pieces, nothing really small. So now I am going to dispose of this right away before I get hurt or my cats get hurt. First thing I gotta do is I gotta go find a pair of gloves. Now once I find a pair of gloves, I'm going to bring this right outside and throw it in a recycle bin. Before I throw it away, I'm going to take a quick measurement, just so I have an idea of the size of the glass. That was close. right, that's lined up, so that's tight. We are 40 inches. Let's write this on my little board on here. 40 by 23. 23 inches glass. Okay. So now I can throw it away, hopefully carefully without getting hurt. All right, got a pair of gloves. I'm try to carefully stack this. Good Lord, there's some sharp edges on this thing. And I gotta get this outside with letting the cats out. Got all the pieces? That's it. Just in case glass slivers, try to get whatever I can out. See all the damage to this wood. The glass is out, so we can handle it a little easier. So I got to make this corner look like that corner. It's all going to be painted white, and you're not going to get within 15 feet of it, so it doesn't have to be too good. It's just got to be strong. But looks wise, 15 feet. That's what we're going for. So I'll have to cut all this out and see what else I can, see what kind of wood I can find to match it. So I think I'm done for the day. I got the glass out, threw it away, recycle bin. Now I'm just checking for square to see how bad this thing is really tweaked. And it's pretty bad with it naturally sitting there. So that's square, pretty close to square right there. So it looks like that piece, this is solid and this is solid, which is good, because this is what I need for the inside of the room to be okay looking. So it looks like I should be able to do this. But yeah, I'm pretty much done for the day. It's late, so I'll continue this another day. I'll be back. Back on this window project, you could definitely see the damage here. So I'm gonna try to just glue this temporarily. I'm just kind of, like I said, I am definitely no woodworker. So that's basically what I'm looking for right there. This is all you're going to see on this side, and then the other side will be obviously different. So now I got to think of a way to fasten these two together. I got some wood glue on there. So let's see if I have any type of grips or any way I can clamp this together. It's very delicate wood. There's not much left to it. So let's see, is this lined up? Yeah, so that's lined up like that. Let me look around the shop here real quick, see what I can find. Well, like I said, I am definitely not a woodworker, but this is for metal work. This is a big magnetic 90 degrees, so you weld metal. So if I put that there, if I clamp this here, and then clamp it here, that should hold it. So let's see if I have a couple small clamps that I can clamp that on. Like I said, I am definitely not a woodworker. So I got some C-clamps from the garage. I got a welding magnet, a new one actually. I haven't used this one yet. Let's add a little bit more glue. We're going to learn together if this works. Gorilla Glue. Should work. Let's see. See how strong the Gorilla is. Probably glue my magnet or my clamps to it. Okay, line that up. Line that up. Try to get this thing as square as possible. Like that. So let's get some clamps on. It'd be so much easier if this was metal. Oh boy, I already see a problem. I don't think 2 clamps are going to fit. Well, let's see. Doesn't have to be too tight. Let's see. All you woodworkers, don't laugh at me too hard. There's a will, there's a way. When in doubt, get a bigger clamp. That's all. Ooh, that'll work. Will it fit? It fits. Can you guys still see? Sure. Good enough. I think that moved. That looks good. That looks good. Let's clamp this here like that. Okay. Let's see. Can we get any kind of metal fastener through here into this wood? Grab the drill. You guys still see what I'm doing there, right? Let's see. There's like almost nothing left there. So let's get a nail. Too short. Try a 2-inch nail. A little 6D 2-inch nail. That looks like that'll at least go through them. Let's add some glue from my landscape spike that I used to stick in a bottle. Get it in there, and let's tap it in. Okay. There we go. In this video, definitely don't do it how I do it. I am definitely not a woodworker, but I am determined to get it done. Let's see if we are square. We are square there, and we are square there. So I'm good with that. Let's see if the glue held. Holding so far. Solid there. So let's go for somewhere around there. And we're going to aim for these 2 points. Replace this and replace this. So basically, here's my idea. My idea is I glued this and nailed it, glued this and nailed it, cut out the old. And it's just basically got to be aesthetically from here and out here. So I'm just going to fill all this in after the glue dries tomorrow. Like I said, multiple day projects. I gotta keep waiting for the glue to dry. I'm just going to fill all this in with wood putty, let it dry, and then take my belt sander, sand everything smooth on this face and this face to make it so the front is the same. And then take wood putty and pack it all in here and all around here. And then I can grind it out with my Dremel just to make it hopefully look a little bit pleasing. Even though you're never going to see it unless you take the window out again. So, but that's the plan. And it seems really solid. It's actually not tweaking at all anymore or anything. So let's put it up on the shelf here. I got the camera on the tripod. Sorry about that. But I got a whole bunch of glue in there. And so I cut it a little thick so I can use my belt sander and sand this down. I countersunk the nails. A little bit high, and a countersunk nail so I can sand that down. So this all dried overnight, and it is nice and solid. Very, very solid. I'm very happy with that. The next thing I got to figure out is I got to make this quarter round right here to come across and over. And it's obviously a lot of it's rotted out. And that's what actually the glass sits up against. This glass sits up against this side. So we got to make that also. So I have this little piece of pine that I trimmed off another piece of wood. So I'm actually going to get my belt sander and round down one side of this, and then I can cut it on a table saw to the thickness that I need and see how that looks. So let's get ready to do that. Let's see if we can do this without cutting my hands off. Take my time. Ha! Help if I plugged it in, huh? This used to be my grandfather's saw in his basement. That's how old it is. So I got to cut the thickness down right to that pencil mark right there. So I have my rail all the way in. And this is where I need all this down here. So this isn't sanded, but this is. So here we go. Okay. Let's place this blade on this old coping saw. I think this was my very first coping saw, actually. Alright, let's go down here and put it there. Notice I cut it all off. That way it's all going to match this whole bottom. It'd be too hard trying to get it not, you know, a little piece to match. I'm going to have this piece, spend some time on it, but at least this way all of this will match. I think that'll be good there. I have more of this wood if I got to try it again. Really should have a miter on it. Really should have a 45 cut. All right, so let me speed you guys up so I can take my time doing this. So you can see that'll be filled in with wood putty. That'll be filled in and sanded down, obviously wood putty. That corner will be sanded down with wood putty. My little cat. So now I can pretty much put this in, glue it in, and then that'll be it for the day again. I'm gonna sand all that down with a belt sander. Say hi, little girl. Say hi, little girl. Say hi, little girl. I'm gonna hand hold the camera, sorry for the shaking. But as you can see now, here's that new piece. This new piece, this is solid. This is glued and nailed the whole way. That I'll fix with a little bit of Bondo. Obviously all this I'm gonna fix with Bondo, clean it all up, sand all this down so it's all smooth with the belt sander once it dries. Turn the whole frame upside down. And you can see now I have the shelf for the glass to rest up against again, all along. Oh, amazing how fast my workbench gets covered. Maybe tomorrow before I get started with the body work on this, I call it body work, but it's gonna be the Bondo and stuff, filling it all in. Maybe before I get started doing that, I'll clean up the whole workbench so I have another clean start, put some tools away. So that's it for today. Got to do a little bit, wait for it to dry, come back tomorrow and continue it. So what I did was I took my Dremel and I just made sure everything was a little bit contoured to make it look sort of like this. So I just took the Dremel with a cutting bit on it and I just basically cut that. I'm going to fill this in with the Bondo now. I also made this putty knife so I could pack it in there all the way across like that. It's almost as close to the shape of this contour right here. As you can see the grooves. So it's right there. I'll be able to pack it right in there. So I'm gonna tape this hole. Just some of this blue tape. And I'll trim it up later, but this is just so I don't have a big pile, a big mess seeping through. Like that. Like that. And you know what? Let's preserve this wood out here because this wood you're going to see. So let's do that. Just in case any Bondo gets on that, and I can wipe it off. So now we're just going to fill that cavity. I'm going to fill this cavity right in here with some Bondo. And it's just normal automotive Bondo. I've heard it works on wood too, so we're going to give it a shot. all I could do for today. I do believe today's day 4 of working on this. So this is the patch. This is the original window. This outer piece is the original window. Let's see. And I just filled the void with some automotive Bondo. So, and then the front side looks like that. So you won't even be able to tell is the goal. So there's the Bondo. Been about 20 minutes and it's pretty much dry. So I'm just gonna try to get it while it's somewhat dry. So here you can see where that hole was that went all the way through that we did yesterday, and it's solid. Okay, so we're gonna get ready to put the glass in. I got 2 coats of paint on top of the primer. I was actually able to get the glass cut to the size that I think I need. So before I get started with that, I'm gonna pick up, sweep this off, lay a blanket down, tip this over to keep the dirt off the fresh white paint. And then that way minimize the damage to everything here. So I'll take that. Take the frame. Let's take off all the tape. I want to make sure we don't have any high spots in there. Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? You coming to say hi? Huh? You always got to be in the camera, huh? You always got to be in every video. He's my inspector. I think everything's all right, right? Right, Payman? Everything looks good? Everything looks good? Yeah? Good boy. So here's the glass. I had it cut to 38 by 28 by 40. I actually measured wrong when I measured it. If you remember in the beginning of the video, I wrote down 23 by 40. I was using a metal yardstick. Well, the 23 and the 28 were opposite each other. I read the wrong side. So anyways, luckily I remeasured before I ordered it. So I got it cut at 28 by 40. They wrapped it in a paper here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to carefully unwrap this without getting cut. I'm too old to get Christmas presents, but this is what I get. And I have it sitting on a rug, a little rug down there, so it's not on the concrete. And these edges are going to be really sharp. So I'm going to pick it up, get it away from the cats as quick as possible. And I'm going to set it there. Make these a little bit stronger. Got to be careful when you move your hands, you don't get cut on these sharp edges that you can't really see because it's clear glass, because it is sharp. And I do not like glass cuts. I think I've said that before. Oh yeah, that one came right off. That's garbage. One here. And I'm going to reinforce it. I hit it down there. Can't push hard because I got it airborne. It's only 1/8 inch glass. Like I said, I am not a professional. All right, let's try this again. Better, much better. It fits. I like it. All right. So I am actually going to, I think I'm going to mix some Bondo. And I'm going to put a little dab of Bondo underneath here and underneath that corner. Just the thickness of the glass. So that glass can't slide up or down, left or right in there. The sides are tight. So it's basically, I don't want the glass to shift down or up. So yeah, let's try that. So far, so good. So basically what I'm trying to do is create a shelf for that glass to sit on, because it doesn't fit perfect in here. Like the old one, when it rotted, it slid. Well, I don't want this one to slide down. So I'm trying to just make a little shelf here for it to sit on. That was a cat's jumping off the ladder. So I'm just gonna make sure nothing's sticking out above the glass with the razor blade. And it's not. Here are those pieces of wood I had labeled. This is the top. This one's the bottom. That's number 4, which is there. Number 3 should be here. And so that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see this side and this side. You're not gonna see this. This goes up against the glass. So I'm gonna try to clean these up a little bit. So let's make sure I don't get the blue tape in there. Top one is just has all the glue. Top to top, tight fit, push it in and down. That. Now we got to work on the bottom. So that's the face. So I just want to make sure any of that old rotten wood isn't going to impede me getting a tight fit on that. Like right there. The old wood is rotted right on. It is stuck to the glue. And right there. There. Let's not go toward my finger. Let's go away from my finger. How's that? Bottom to bottom. Here we go. Let's not push too hard because we don't want to break the new piece of glass. There is a little bit of missing wood here, but there's not much I can do about it without replacing that whole big piece of wood. I'll show you once I take the tape off. So let me try to find some really small finish nails, and I'm just going to put probably 2 in the top, 2 in the bottom, 3 on that side, 3 on this side. Nice short ones, and I'm going to make them flush. Well, there's the window. This is the area that was repaired, as you can see right there. And let me pick you guys up, show you around on it. So it was red. I put all the tape on there so I don't put my hand through it. It was that dark red down here. You're not going to see any of that once it's in. So you're going to just see this out white side from the downstairs, the second floor. And here's the repairs. There's a splice here, and there's a splice here. So this is the bottom. There's the top. It goes like that. then here's the inside, what you'll see on the second floor. So let me lay it down, this side up, and then I'm going to show you the repairs. Pick you guys up again here. So here's the repair corner. This is a piece that was completely rotted out. So that's all new. The Bondo's filling in that gap. And if you look on this side, you could actually see it right there. So you really won't see this where it is upstairs unless you're really looking for it. But there was no other choice because we don't want to have to paint any of the wood side. There it is. All back together, nice and solid, nice and square. Let's just hope the hole in the window frame that it's getting bolted into tomorrow is square. Well, let's see how it fits tomorrow. Thanks for watching so far. Don't forget to like and subscribe.